Cars the Yards, the Sports and Sports Car Podcast. I'm back with Lou.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's going on, dude? And we are in full swing with things here in April. We got baseball. We got hockey and NBA playoffs heating up. We got the NFL draft.
Yeah.
But we're going to jump in real quick. Funny hobby news. Really nothing, inconsequential as far as in, basically maybe a little bit of insight into how things get done and put into packs. But there was an ultimate one-of-one, truly one-of-one car put into Panini Immaculate Football. Yep. It was a Justin Herbert one-of-one logo shield, hand-signed auto, except it was hand-signed by Derek Carr. Yep. Because he mistakenly was sent the card. I don't know how. Yeah. He's about to play for the Saints and has been playing for the Raiders since his career began. Herbert, obviously, the quarterback for the Chargers. So, but what's hilarious is he went ahead and signed it, but he inscribed it with the date that they beat the Chargers.
Yeah. To make it into the playoffs.
Yeah. A season or two ago, and hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
That was
and then he signed his name too.
He signed his name. He put the score on there, and that thing just blew up. It was pretty funny. I like that. And sense of humor.
And then obviously people checked in with him like, was this real? Did you actually do this? He's like, I actually did it, but I had no idea they were going to put it into packs. And the quote was, the people at Panini are savages for actually putting it in a pack. So
yeah, that was pretty funny. I like that.
But I got an idea.
What's that?
How about inscriptions that are call-outs from players to other players, calling people out? That might be.
Yeah, but that could draw. That would be pretty funny.
It would draw ire for sure.
If,
yes, it would not be smart, but it would be funny.
Yeah, and then when they meet actually in the season, that would definitely, go ahead and have some type of bragging rights to it.
Yeah,
it would definitely set in. Like, dang, this guy called me out from our last duel.
Yeah.
that was pretty neat, though. I liked it. It blew up all over social media.
Or maybe they could keep it G-rated, like some sort of like trash talk.
I think that was pretty cool. He put the score there to kind of rmind him, hey, look, and then you know what? I'm going to sign your card.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. I am pretty sure whoever has that card, it could fetch a pretty dime.
Yeah.
In terms of value. Terms of value. It's just it's a cool piece.
No idea how that was allowed to happen. So have you been watching the NBA? Did you see last night?
Oh my gosh. That was a crazy finish with the Heat in Milwaukee. Once Giannis went down with that back contusion, I said, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Now, you have your stars, and this is why you pay people like Jimmy Buckets all this money to do the things that he does. And last night, putting in that score, that tying bucket, so weird and awkward. He was like laying down.
Yeah.
Right? And putting that layup to send in the OT.
There was 2 seconds left, down by 2 off a baseline play, and he just sort of like floated in this weird
What I don't get is you have 1.5 seconds left and you have a timeout to burn to advance the ball to midcourt. Why didn't Milwaukee do that? Well, we'll never know.
That was asked like at least 9 times by the announcers at that time.
Like, why not?
But yeah, Jimmy Butler from Tomball.
Oh, yeah.
He had quite a series, having quite a playoff run the last few years.
Something points.
He did in game 4.
Game 4, yeah.
Yeah, he did, and they were up 3-1. They were at the Bucks. No one gave him a chance at the beginning of the series. Obviously, this is the 4th time that this has happened where an 8-speed.
If we go back, you said Milwaukee was advancing. Remember?
I did. I said Milwaukee and Denver.
I said Denver, I like the Heat to beat. I said I like the Heat to beat them.
Yeah. Well, you nailed that one then.
Yeah.
Denver looking pretty good still, but everything else is a complete mess.
We have the Heat moving forward. We have the Nuggets taking out the Timberwolves. I thought the Timberwolves would go ahead and give them a little bit more of a fight.
I mean, it was a 1 versus 8, and they got to win. It's just they had a tumultuous ending to Game 5, so they're out. They were within like 2 or 3 points. So.
We did both call Suns and 76ers from the East.
Yeah.
The Knicks knocking out Cleveland.
You
called Cleveland.
I didn't
we
see
both
it.
called Cleveland. I didn't see the Knicks making it
I ultimately called the Buck. I mean, either way, my pick's out, right? But
Yeah.
I ultimately had called the Bucks coming out of the East, but I did not think the Knicks were going to do this.
No, I thought Cleveland would definitely go ahead and put up a fight better there. Warriors down 2-0 are now back 2-2.
I did call the Warriors.
Yeah,
I did
say I like the Lakers too, right? Lakers are up 3-2.
Yeah.
We have the Warriors that are, I think, knotted at 2-2. They play Game 5 tonight. I mean, the Kings being solid, going up 2-0 on the Warriors.
The Warriors are up 3-2.
Oh, they're up 3-2.
They're up 3-2.
They won last night.
Yeah, that game was last night.
You're right, that was last night.
The Celtics are up 3-2
are
also.
up 3-2. Trae Young definitely trying to keep their team in the fight there.
Yeah.
I think they lose. They lose in Game 6.
Trae Young's I'm afraid gonna go down as one of those players who you can't ever figure out the right pieces to put around him, sort of like Russell Westbrook.
You're right.
Where you just can't, like, he's such a unique player, it almost like hurts the whole structure.
Well, what killed the Clippers was Kawhi going down.
Well,
I mean, again, injuries. Yeah. Look, the Bucks, Giannis. You have Kawhi with the Clippers. Two promising teams that should be better than what they are.
And not that this part is hard to believe, but I believe it was Charles Barkley of the TNT crew that called him out and said, dude, just retire. Kawhi, just retire. It's not, because it's...
Ever since he left the Spurs, left the Spurs, he went to Toronto, won the championship. And then he came to the Clippers, and it's just been injury-prone ever since. They can never get all three stars on the floor together to be in a push.
Right.
I mean...
since I haven't talked to you since like the play-in games ended, but so the Rockets, the Spurs, and the Pistons all have a 14% chance at the number one pick when they have the draft lottery next month. So, because basically,
I'm gonna take the Spurs. Spurs will get it. Who you think?
I mean, no one likes the Rockets, so if it's rigged in any way, they're rigging it against us for sure. But it would be kind of lame. Honestly, if there's any Pistons fans, I apologize. It'd be kind of lame for them to get it, only because
Pistons would be stacked.
they just had
with young talent.
Yeah, the Spurs have not had a number one pick since Tim Duncan, and the Rockets have not had a number one pick since Yao Ming. So we're talking 20+ years for both. So one of those I don't like want it to go to the Spurs, but one of those two teams I would like to get it. However, do remember that like it's eligible for anyone, even though they weighted it bottom heavy. All that really means is those three have a 14% chance worth of ping pong balls, and then it goes down exponentially. So whoever the last team out in that play-in still has.
We
like
know who the number
1%
one pick's going to be. So
and then Dallas tanked just to get like a 4% chance.
Wow.
No, we know who the number one pick is going to be, but it's also going to end up being a top-heavy stacked draft. So if the Rockets can get 1, 2, or 3, I'll be pretty happy.
So now we have so far we have number one. I mean, who's the Nuggets taking on next?
I just checked a bracket and now I can't. Oh, it has to be the Suns. Nuggets Suns.
It's Nuggets and Suns.
1 versus 4. Yeah.
Huh.
Because they were the 4 seed.
That tonight we got Celtics at Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think we're gonna go ahead and see Boston close that one out in Atlanta. Funny fact.
Well, it's gonna be Knicks Heat. So can you imagine the New York fans just frothing at the mouth, like as far as like, oh, we're playing the 8th seed, so now we got this. Yeah, they're gonna go They're gonna go.
Don't ever underestimate the 8th seed.
But also, New York fans overly confident. I don't know if you agree, but so
they're
gonna think, oh, we're gonna cakewalk to the finals.
They haven't been in the second round in 10 years.
Right.
Real funny fact I just seen the other day about this Atlanta and this Atlanta game. So apparently, they must have counted Atlanta out going down 2-0.
Sure.
Because they had for today, they had also scheduled Janet Jackson's concert. At the same place, so they had to cancel Janet Jackson's concert to play the game tonight in Atlanta.
I'm sure that had to be scheduled in advance.
We got Knicks at Miami.
Yeah.
Well, Knicks in Miami, Denver and the Suns, like you said.
Yeah.
That's the first round. That's the second round that's been built so far.
And probably Warriors Lakers. Probably.
Possibly Warriors,
probably. They're both up 3-2 at this point. So.
Well, no, it wouldn't be Warriors Lakers because they're 7th and 6th seed. So It would be
Well, it doesn't get reseeded though, so you would have.
doesn't you take your it goes. You're right.
Well, because the idea would be that
You're right.
Because the
You're
idea
right.
the idea would be that the 7th and 6th seed would,
middle seed,
would
yeah.
normally lose.
The two middle seeds. Yeah, you're
So
right. You're right.
it's because it's set. That's why Denver.
Another LeBron
Yeah.
and Warriors, huh?
Yeah, it's looking
Good.
good.
How
I
that
mean,
turned out last time.
it's turning into a fun NBA playoffs.
It definitely is. Definitely is.
And then Boston is hoping to have 2 teams advance because on the NHL side of things, the Bruins had put up like 65 or 66 wins most points of all time with 130 something. But Florida scored in overtime yesterday to make things 3-2 going back to the Panthers' home ice. So Boston not looking as dominant as they were. The big upset from last night also, the Kraken went to Colorado, the current champs, and won. So they're up 3-2 going back to Seattle. So we've all heard, about how loud it gets at Seahawks games. So just imagine how loud it's going to be in NHL Arena for a decisive, possibly Game 6.
Well, I wish I could talk to you more about NHL, but I mean, with just so much going on, baseball, we have football draft coming up, we have basketball playoffs, and those are my 3 big focuses, here in the stadium at the moment.
Sure.
I haven't been really following too much of the NHL. I'm pretty sure once we start narrowing it down a little bit more, I'll start following a little bit more.
Well, for you, if you ever wanted like an in into hockey, I would check out the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers series right now. Most competitive series, tied to 2 big hobby stars.
Oh, and they're locals. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm from Jersey, so
yeah.
I grew up watching the Devils and the Rangers. So, I mean, it's kind of like I don't know who to pick.
2 years ago, people were writing off Jack Hughes, the number 1 pick at the time for the Devils, as a bust, and then he had like 50-something goals this year, and has kept them in the series almost single-handedly. It's a good series.
I'm probably gonna catch a game. I'll probably catch a game on the television.
That's a good one to jump into. Okay, something I know you keep up way better with than me. The drafts tonight. How are the Texans going to screw up the 2nd and 12th pick?
They are not going to take. How do they screw it up? They're not going to take Bryce Young with the number 2 pick. They're going to go ahead and take the best defensive personnel on the board because their head coach is defense. And also, it's been proven time and time again that defense wins Super Bowls.
Well, then that wouldn't be screwing it up. So the way they would screw it up is to take Bryce Young.
Well, I mean, they already screwed it up
quarterback
because they got rid of Brandon Cooks.
They screwed it up by not losing at the end and securing the
what
number 1
has turned the tide a little bit, smidge-wise, is the Ravens just recently signed DeAndre Hopkins in a trade.
Oh boy,
from Arizona,
former Houston Texan,
so,
of course.
That is going to throw. It's not too much of a top 10 pick feature, but that will change the Baltimore Ravens' approach into the draft. We'll see how that goes. Number 1 pick will be C.J. Stroud.
Undoubtedly. I mean, Carolina traded up into that.
I believe they will. I believe they will. I don't think they have enough faith in Matt Corral as of yet.
So let me get this straight. You think the Texans are actually going to make a smart play by not overreaching for a quarterback and take the best available player on the board?
What happened last time? A small, fragile quarterback got taken first overall pick in Arizona. Where's this guy now? He's hurt. He's down. They finally caught on to the guy, watching much film on him, and they locked him down.
Yeah.
So I mean, if C.J. Stroud magically gets to the number 2 pick because number 1 goes Bryce Young, then you take C.J. Stroud.
Well, do you see them holding on to hope that maybe at 12 the guy from Florida or the guy from Kentucky is going to be there?
You're talking about Levi's, Levies, or however we pronounce it. Yeah, but I also like Anthony Richardson as well too from Florida.
Yeah. He blew up.
I like both of them. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I still see that the Colts. No, hold on. Who has the number 4 pick? Number 4 pick. I still see the Commanders moving up into the draft, into the top 5 to either grab Richardson or Levis.
Okay.
Either or. I think they're going to go after Richardson though.
one guarantee I have is Texans fans will be unhappy no matter what happens.
Oh, of course, that's how they always are.
But, I mean,
that's just
that might be every team. That might be.
But then again, they might surprise us. I mean, but what if they trade out of the number 2 spot to go ahead and load up for next year's draft as well too, and still get some type of compensation within this draft pick to help build that offensive line? Probably take one out of Jerry Jones's book and start building that O-line and having people like, what the heck? But after Jerry Jones did that with the Cowboys over the last like 4 years, like at that time frame, he built one of the most dominant offensive lines.
Right.
So I mean, it takes time to build. Rome was not built in one day.
Also, be hilarious if the Jets, with the little assets they have left now, traded up and took the best quarterback available. I would want to see Aaron Rodgers' face.
Oh
hilarious.
my God! No, they won't do that. They won't do that.
I'm glad that. Are you glad that story's over?
I'm so glad, but I think they gave up too much.
Oh yeah.
But then again, I mean, they just went to they went from pretenders to contenders with just that one swap.
It wasn't Ricky Williams level where Mike
or
Dick
Herschel
traded
Walker.
like the entire where Dick had traded like the entire Saints draft for like almost 2 years.
Yeah,
to get him. But
I think that move for the Jets proved to be really gutsy. Mm-hmm. However, it turned them in from a pretender to contender team. I mean, they have a young offense and a young defense.
Look, if you win because of that, no one cares what you gave up. So that's it.
Garrett Wilson, offensive rookie player of the year last year, his ceiling has now just went through the ceiling. Yeah. It's so high up there because now you bring in this veteran QB, Rodgers, that's going to teach this guy things that he didn't know he was capable of. We're about to see the Jets make a huge run. It's either win or bust this year for the Jets for how much they gave up. And I think Rodgers is going to help mentor Wilson and hopefully make him a better QB.
He was quoted as saying, "Wilson's going to make my life hell at practice, and I'm going to make his life heaven off the field." I don't know what that means.
I think it's just some political, not political, but just some whatever. Let's stir the pot type deal.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. We'll
I'm
see.
happy to see the draft tonight. I will be following in. I just want to see some football.
Yeah. Well, it's just guys wearing hats.
And if you guys thought that 2020 was the biggest release in football, wait till next year. We possibly have in the top 10 picks, not in the first round, in the top 10 picks, 4 to 5 QBs possibly going. You thought the hobby was expensive for NFL now.
Yeah.
Oh, back in 2020. Wait till next year.
All right. So going to that, new releases this week.
Releases, we have Revolutions basketball, very cheap, very affordable. I think I had like almost $100 or so, $110 for a whole box. Get autographs, Supernovas, Galacticas, all that cool stuff. Liftoff inserts. Really nice product for basketball. Perfect timing for basketball playoffs. Comes with number cards. Sweet looking cards. We do have some available. One of our biggest releases of the year right now is 2023 Bowman Baseball. Bowman Baseball, Jumbos and Hobbies. Bowman speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I don't need to really get into it.
Everyone's scrambling for the Bowman first.
And they're even scrambling even more because there's a bounty already put on this product.
Yeah.
The bounty you're looking for is the 101 Superfractor Drew Jones autograph.
Okay.
It has a bounty, $250,000 up front, and if he becomes a Hall of Famer, this is a good investment. If he becomes a Hall of Famer, you get the remaining $750,000 awarded to you. All right. If you need more details, look it up online. You'll see.
Who's going to keep track of that for 30 years? I mean, someone will.
Well, he falls from a great tree. Andrew Jones is his father.
Sure.
Hall of Famer. Played with the Braves. Won several. Big games. Big slugger.
I would take that deal.
I would take that deal all day. Another one we have kind of a weird one. Upper Deck Jay and Silent Bob reboot hobby boxes. I was never a huge fan. I followed it just a little bit. Do you have anything that you want to talk about on that product?
Yeah, so
$100 a hobby box, which is not bad.
So this is under the old Skybox banner, so it's like Upper Deck Skybox. This was supposed to be made, I believe, in 2018. So this is off the obviously the aptly titled reboot.
Yep.
movie that they did, because there's also a Chasing Amy set that I've been waiting for. That's initial release date was April 2019. I believe that finally has a new release date of June of this year.
Well, I guess they're just trying to time it better now.
Look, it's like Upper Deck's been doing with all the Marvel stuff. It is straight up movie set, so it's going to be stills from the films. You're going to have some character profiles. The very cool thing about this, if you've been in on the comic side and you're or you know, Topps Baseball does this too, but like if you're after sketches, something super unique I haven't seen before from any of these is there's regular sketches. But then there's also 2 more rarity levels, the second being black and white variant sketches, and then cartoon style sketches, because obviously Jay and Silent Bob had a cartoon. They also have relics of the blueprints that have been used in the movies. They're kind of like, you know, manufactured, rubber stamped or whatever. And then I believe, I want to say there's like 50 autograph signers, but like Jason Biggs, James Vanderbeek.
I haven't seen nobody open it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
So... yeah, there's a lot going on there. Look, it's not going to be, yes, if you got some like low serial number stuff off of like James Vanderbeek autos, Jason Big autos and stuff, then you might be able to turn that around. But like this is for fun collecting, definitely for the set collectors, like either 90 or 100 cards. I think you get 13 parallels, which can be numbered or non-numbered.
Yeah, I seen that on the box.
And then guaranteed autograph or sketch, which Upper Deck does not do anymore, for like the Spider-Verse, Shang-Chi, Falcon Winter Soldier, or Captain America Winter Soldier. It's like 1 in 4 boxes for auto and maybe 1 sketch per case. So really good odds on that if you're chasing sketches or autos.
Yeah,
and just fun. Like you call it weird, but you're just calling it weird because they're not wearing helmets and carrying around footballs. I think
it's weird because it's something I don't collect.
I think it's weird when people pick up baseball bats and batting helmets and footballs and take pictures with them. These guys were just on a movie and they took their image.
Oh, it's weird.
And
it's
of
weird
course,
to
Kevin
me.
Smith autos, Jason Mewes.
It's weird to me because I don't collect it.
I know.
That's simply just like. And speaking of weird,
right?
We have Topps Chrome MetaZoo. Now you talk about weird. That's weird. All right, so if you're into weird stuff,
whatever that is, it's popular though.
Oh, it's very popular.
Is it like digital Beanie Babies almost kind of?
No, I don't know. I don't know too much crazy about it, but it's the first time it's come to a big product line, and Topps Chrome has some faith in it. They're going to really be pushing it, especially under the Fanatics umbrella.
Yeah.
So it has some great potential for some upside there if you're a collector. Speaking of Marvel, we have Shang-Chi as well. Hobby boxes also from, of course, the movie. And we also have Bowman University. So Bowman's Best University. Let me get that correct.
Wow.
Bowman's Best University.
Current football players,
college.
Right? Yeah.
College. So like with the Bowman University that Topps released, it was current players like the people in the draft tonight or possibly the people coming in the draft next year.
Yeah.
Those type of deals. This one is Bowman's Best. And if you guys ever like Bowman's Best product, which is exactly what it says, the best product, come in here, try to dabble in some. It's guaranteed 1 autograph per mini box or 2 autographs per master box, which is 2 minis, along with numbered cards. And closing us out for new releases this week, we have 2022 NFL Optic Contenders. 6-card sweat, 2 guaranteed autographs. Both autographs are more than likely on-card autographs. We're definitely gunning for the lottery ticket ones out of there. The new cool legitness super short prints, along with the now contending short prints in there. You can get RPAs. You can get low numbered. I mean, these are beautiful, beautiful cards. One of my top 10 favorites of the year. Probably falling at number 5 or 6.
And what I'm seeing is people are really chasing those Chrome rookie ticket autos. So
definitely. And also we have a few more other things up here. You can come up here and check us out. Contenders. We have basketball. We have a lot of different things. And last but not least, we do have a clearance rack in here. So please, when you come in, check out our clearance rack. 25% off. I don't care. Just take it. 25% off, no questions asked, on sealed boxes within that clearance area.
Sounds good. And there's going to be lots of sports on, NBA, NHL, maybe some NFL draft analysis, baseball, obviously in full swing. Thanks, man. It's a great place to come and hang out.
Appreciate it.
And you guys got any trade nights coming up?
Trade nights. Trade nights are actually every third Sunday
Okay.
of every month, from pretty much like noon to whenever the last person leaves. I'm always here on trade days. If you got to come up here, you got questions, you got any type of, like just want to fill yourself with knowledge about what's coming up, or you just want to come hang out, come talk to me, come hang out. I trade as well too. I'm a collector also, so I'm up here trading and helping people make the right choices for their collection and PCs. My glossary term today.
Go for it.
We have SSP. I think we've done this one before, but I just want to clarify it now that we're ramping up
Right.
into more of the hobby stuff and
Yeah.
releases. SSP stands for super short print. It's exactly what it says. It is a super short print RAN, so limited in other ways of that type of variation of card. Now, can those SSPs be numbered? Every once in a blue moon they are, but most of the time they're not. And they're also considered case hits in some sets. But super short print variations are definitely very sought out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They do that a lot in Marvel, like even within one insert, specific characters like your Spider-Man, your Wolverine, your Thanos.
Yep.
Like that. And then as we've seen, like kabooms and things like
those
that.
are super short prints. They're not numbered.
Unnumbered. I
But they're
haven't even
rare.
seen those, or the biggest one for me is Color Blast.
Oh, Color Blast. Yeah,
Because I've seen people open like 3, 4, 5 cases, not get one.
Well,
So-
because on Color Blast, from what I've heard, is that it's one Color Blast per pallet.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's per every 10 cases.
Okay, cool. Well,
Same with the
SSP,
mangas.
That is super short print.
The mangas are, I'm sorry, my apologies. The mangas is one per every 10 cases, average.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks again, Lou.
No problem.
For Lou, I'm Mark, and this has been Cards to Yards, a sports card and sports podcast coming to you from Adventure Stadium. See you next time.
Well, gang, that's all for today's episode. So join us next week. Cars to Yards, brought to you by the Adventure Stadium, and the adventure begins. Again, we're located off 1488 and Woodland Square Boulevard. See you next time.